but I also didn't know who Mandeep and them were yet.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't say it. We're good.
This was a call to liberation from injustice and
right. Good to go. All right. Hi, everyone. I think we're going to get started now. Namaste, everybody. Good evening. Thank you all for being here on behalf of Hindus for Human Rights. I'm so grateful to you all for joining us today as we gather for this joyful and liberatory Diwali celebration. And thank you especially to Reverend Avi and the amazing folks at Cedar Lane for helping make this possible, for partnering with HFHR on today's event, and for offering up this incredibly beautiful space. We're just so grateful. And of course, thank you all for being here. And I'm really excited for today's event. I hope you all are too. My name is Pranay Somayajala. I'm the Organizing and Advocacy Director at Hindus for Human Rights. And if you're not familiar with HFHR, we're an organization that was founded 5 years ago in 2019. And we're founded to uplift a vision of Hinduism that is rooted in justice, compassion, pluralism, and tolerance, and that offers a Hindu voice of resistance against caste, Hindutva or Hindu nationalism, and all forms of bigotry and oppression. So alongside policy advocacy, media outreach, grassroots organizing, a really core part of our work at HFHR is working to reimagine and to redefine what it means to be a progressive Hindu, practicing a Hinduism that is truly liberatory for all people, that is free from caste, from patriarchy, and from other oppressive social structures. And that's why we're gathered here today for Diwali, a celebration of joy and liberation. Of the various holidays and festivals that make up the Hindu calendar, Diwali is by far the best known here in the U.S. And a lot of folks, will already be familiar with the most dominant version of the story behind the festival. In the story, based on the epic poem, the Ramayana, Diwali represents the homecoming and the return of the divine king Ram to his hometown of Ayodhya after defeating the demon king Ravan in battle and rescuing his wife Sita from Ravan's captivity. And the diyas that we light each year on Diwali are said to represent the lamps that the people of the city of Ayodhya lit in order to light Ram's path home after the war. And this is a Diwali story that I grew up with, and I'm sure many of you all did as well. And it's a very familiar narrative, right, of good triumphing over evil. And Ram is seen as the hero, the paragon of virtue, and Ravan is seen as sort of the ultimate expression of evil. But this is a very simplified story, and I think it can mask some of the more complex and even difficult realities within the story of the Ramayana. For instance, some versions of the Ramayana depict Ram killing Shambhuka, a man from a caste-oppressed background, for performing rituals that were reserved for members of the Brahmin caste. Throughout the story of the Ramayana, Sita is often portrayed as submissive, as lacking agency, as passive, and ultimately she endures severe trials to prove her purity. And so these elements of the story highlight aspects of casteism and issues of misogyny that are really important for us to confront when we're talking about building a progressive and inclusive and truly liberatory Hinduism. And at HFHR, we don't want to shy away from those difficult elements even as we gather to celebrate Diwali. And this is especially important because today, as I'm sure many of you all know, the story of Diwali has been increasingly co-opted by hateful and extremist forces to push a far-right agenda in India and in the diaspora. The Hindutva or Hindu nationalist movement uses Ram and his story, in particular the story of his homecoming to Ayodhya, they use this as a symbol in campaigns that have incited deadly violence against minorities, particularly Muslims. For example, the call for a halal-free Diwali, or attacks on non-Hindu communities like Christians and others for celebrating the festival in their own ways. And the recent inauguration earlier this year of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, on the site of a mosque that was violently demolished in 1992 by far-right Hindu mobs, only further underscores the ways that Diwali's themes are often invoked to further hateful and divisive agendas. But Diwali, of course, is such an important part of the sacred calendar for so many of us, Hindu and non-Hindu, in India and in the diaspora. And as we gather amid that sobering backdrop to celebrate Diwali this year, I think it's our responsibility to ask ourselves, difficult but very important questions. Questions like, what does it mean to celebrate Ram's return to Ayodhya in the age of the Ram Mandir? What does it mean to honor the triumph of good over evil or light over darkness when the most common story that we use to convey that message isn't actually quite so simple? And most importantly, how can we reimagine Diwali in all of our practices and reclaim them from the forces of hate, fascism, and oppression? These questions don't have easy answers. But here at Hindus for Human Rights, we strive to cultivate a community that isn't afraid to ask them. For us, the struggle between good and evil that the Diwali festival and its observance represents isn't just about one particular story or scripture or text. Rather, it's about the fight against the forces of hate, oppression, and injustice here in the real world. From the rise of Hindu supremacy in India, to ongoing genocides in Gaza and Sudan, to systemic racism and white supremacy here in the United States. So when we at HFHR light our diyas on this and every Diwali, we do so to honor the light that exists in every living being and to pray for justice and liberation for all people. We also want to honor the incredibly diverse ways in which this entire festive season is celebrated across the Indian subcontinent, transcending religious boundaries and community lines. In Bengali communities, for example, this time of year is marked by Kali Puja, honoring Kali, the goddess of time. In parts of Nepal and northeastern India, the Festival of Lights is celebrated as Tihar, where Yama, the god of death, and Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, are revered. Jain communities observe Diwali, but they do so, and they light lamps, but they do so to commemorate Mahavira achieving enlightenment. And Sikh communities at this time of year celebrate Bandi Chor Divas, which marks the release of Guru Hargobind Singh Ji and 52 other kings from prison. And these are just a few of the incredibly diverse array of celebrations that take place at this time of year across South Asia and its diaspora. So as we gather here today in Cedar Lane for this inclusive Diwali celebration, I hope that we can all hold this diversity in mind and leave today with open hearts in a spirit of love, inclusivity, and goodwill towards all. Thank you all so much for being here. Happy Diwali, and I'm going to pass it off now to Reverend Abhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pranay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. All right. Welcome to Cedar Lane Unitarian Universalist congregation as we gather to celebrate Deepavali or Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas. I'm Reverend Abhi Janamanchi. I use pronouns he and him, and it's a joy to welcome you to this festival of light and celebration. Deepavali or Diwali, the festival of lights, reminds us how even the smallest flame can illuminate our lives and surroundings. The word Deepavali itself means a row of lights, celebrated on the darkest night of the year, when the glow of each lamp shines most profoundly. These lights symbolize more than just physical brightness. They embody the divine light within and around us. In Hindu teachings, light is a symbol of truth and divinity. As the Bhagavad Gita says, God is the light of all lights. This light, the Atman, shines within each of us and invites us to recognize the divine in all beings, bringing peace and joy. Now, in Hindu homes, Diwali lights are traditionally placed at thresholds, the spaces between the inside and the outside, the self and the world. This simple act actually carries deep meaning. It reminds us that our spiritual light is not meant to remain hidden, but to shine outward, filling the world with compassion and justice. The light at the threshold is an awakening call to the divine light within us and to shine it out in the world. So as we celebrate Diwali, let us remember that these lights are not just symbols, but a call to action. And it reminds us that the divine light within is meant to guide us as we engage with the world, bringing more understanding, more kindness, and justice into our communities. So let us center ourselves with a couple of ancient Hindu prayers, the Gayatri Mantra, a prayer for wisdom and enlightenment. Om Bhur Bhuvassuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. We meditate on the radiant brilliance of the divine light, May it illuminate and guide our understanding. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrutyormam amrutangamaya, aviravirmayedi, rudra yatte dakshinam mukham, te namam pahi nityam. Lead us from untruth to truth, from ignorance to illumination, from mortality to immortality. O fierce one, reveal your compassionate face. We bow to you. Protect us always. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Would you join me? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, there we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas celebration. I'm Trisha. I am the Operations and Events Manager at Hindus for Human Rights, and we are so excited to have this collaborative event with Cedar Lane. We are so glad to have you here with us for this evening of light, love, and liberation.
Happy Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas. I am Pooja. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Tonight we gather to celebrate Diwali, the festival of lights, and also to honor Bandi Chor Divas, a Sikh celebration of liberation and justice. Through stories, music, and prayer, we'll explore the essence of these festivals as a call to liberation and justice, as a call to liberation from injustice and oppression. A reminder of our shared responsibility to bring light and justice into the world.
Throughout the evening, you'll hear from speakers sharing their personal reflections on Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas, witness beautiful performances, and join in a diya lighting ceremony. Together, let's connect with the spirit of Diwali as a liberatory celebration for all people. To begin, we are so excited to experience the power of music with a devotional songs by Kabir. Kabir's words resonate with Diwali's essence, calling us to move beyond dualities and light the lamp within. Please welcome Varun Chitnis and John Never.
Hello. All right. Happy Diwali, all. All right. Thank you, Pranay, Trisha, and Abhi. Here's John, my friend. So we're going to sing. Kabir will get to Kabir through more recent songs with a similar message, or, reflections of the message of the saints. So, again, same thing. We're starting with a song by indie pop band Euphoria. His mantra is बस जान लो है प्यार क्या है मेरा मंत्र. It's inviting us to all live in one body. Na 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 na. किसने ये जाना है ये कितना पुराना है, जाता कहाँ ये सिलसिला, फिर से आना है ये कितना सुहाना है, पर ये जो हमको है मिला। इस पल में आओ खुद को जान ले, पहचान ले हम, आओ देखे जीवन के रंग सभी, भूले ना बीती जो थी, देखेंगे होगा जो भी, पहले जाने तो सही क्या है तेरा मंत्र, है जीत क्या और हार क्या, गम और खुशी के पार क्या, है मेघ के आसार क्या, तूफान क्या, मझधार क्या, है बादलों के मार क्या, कोई और भी संसार क्या, बस जान लो है प्यार क्या, है मेरा मंत्र, जीत क्या और हार क्या, गम और खुशी के पार क्या, बस जान लो है प्यार क्या, है मेरा मंत्र। देखो पुकारे तुम्हें नभ के सितारे, बाहें फैलाए आसमां, बहती हवाएं तुम्हें कहती फिजाएं, देखो थमे ना कारवां, लेकर कल यादें कल की करता चल तू वादे करके, किस्मत में तेरे कदमों के निशान, देखेंगे आने वाले मंजिल को पाने वाले, पूछेंगे चलने वाले क्या है तेरा मंत्र, है जीत क्या और हार क्या, और खुशी के पार क्या, है मेघ के आसार क्या, तूफान क्या, मझधार क्या, है बादलों के पार क्या, कोई और भी संसार क्या, बस जान लो है प्यार क्या, है ये मेरा मंत्र। मेहनत भी है, हिम्मत भी है, थोड़ी सी हाँ किस्मत भी है, आंखों में है कुछ ख्वाब भी, और सीने में हसरत भी है, एहसास का आधार क्या, बस जिंदगी का सार क्या, बस जान लो है प्यार क्या, है मेरा मंत्र। जीत क्या और हार क्या, गम और खुशी के पार क्या, बस जान लो है प्यार क्या, है मेरा मंत्र। Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right. जान लो है प्यार क्या, है मेरा मंत्र. I guess. Let me translate that line into something by Nat King Cole, performed by John. Greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
There was a boy, very strange and enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. While we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in is just to love and be loved in return.
All right, this is my friend John. We went to Shenandoah Conservatory together, and he has a song for us that's, well, tell me about it.
This song was popularized from a shape note hymnal called Southern Harmony. Shape notes were usually taught by traveling musicians. They would use shapes to teach solfege, do, re, mi, to people that didn't have musical training otherwise. It popularized a lot of songs in this area, including songs like Amazing Grace. And this is one just called Canon that's had different words. It may be as old as the 1600s. A common verse sang to it is called Welcome, Welcome, Every Guest. We'll be singing a version called Appalachian Round. Take me back, oh hills I love. Lift me from this lonely bed. Light my way with stars above. Curl soft winds about my head. Wash my feet in crystal streams. Cradle my arms in boughs of oak. Breathe the scent of pine for dreams. Wrap me tight in earthen cloak.
Take me back, oh hills I love. Lift me from this lonely bed.
Take me back, oh hills I love. Lift me from this lonely bed. Light my way with stars above. Curl soft winds about my head. Wash my feet in crystal streams. Cradle my arms in boughs of oak. Breathe the scent of pine for dreams. Wrap me tight in earthen cloak. Light my way, oh hills I love. Lift me from this lonely bed. Light my way with stars above. Cradle arms in boughs of oak. Wash my feet in crystal streams. Cradle my arms in boughs of oak. Breathe the scent of pine for dreams. Wrap me tight in earthen
Receiving the world, receiving the love from nature. And moving on, realizing that we inside are not very different from nature. कहता कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो जी कहता कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो जी जीतनी शाह धुराऊंगा धुराऊंगा निर्भय निर्गुण निर्भय निर्गुण निर्भय निर्गुण गुण रे गाऊंगा गाऊंगा. Thank you all. Happy Diwali. Thanks.
Much, Varun and John, for sharing your musical gifts. And next, we're honored to hear from Neha Narayan, a youth voice who brings a unique perspective to Diwali. Welcome, Neha.
Good evening, Cedar Lane. There you go. All right. Good evening, Cedar Lane. Say that one more time. My name is Neha Narayan. I am a junior at Montgomery Blair High School and a part of this very congregation. Visually, I'm a brown teenage girl of Indian heritage with black hair, dark brown eyes, and I'm wearing a dark pink top. So growing up as a teenager in the US with Indian immigrant parents, this festival has become a huge part of my identity, illuminating the different pieces of who I am. And I'd like to take you all back to a perfect Diwali night in my household. So in this night, our home is alive with energy, the smell of cardamom and sugar, laughter spilling out of the kitchen as family friends dance around our house. And we're decorating the front steps with colorful rangoli, those intricate mandala patterns made from colored powder, and lighting up the diyas, little oil lamps that shine brightly against the darkness. Each of these beautiful drawings and diyas are more than just decorations. They're each a symbol of hope and love and wishes for a bright year ahead. But as magical as these moments are, growing up as an Indian American has its challenges. I remember one year in elementary school, I was trying to explain Diwali to my friends. It's like our version of Christmas, I tried to explain, desperately searching for a comparison that they might understand. But inside, I felt like I was oversimplifying something so rich and so meaningful to me. I wanted them to feel the warmth of my culture, to understand that Diwali is about more than lights and fireworks. It's about family, tradition, and resilience. And don't get me wrong, I love my Indian roots, the stories, the vibrant colors, sense of community, and not to mention the food. But sometimes I worried about being too Indian for my friends or forgetting too much of my identity and becoming too American for my family. I felt a little caught between worlds, trying to find my place. But Diwali was like an anchor, bringing me back to reality and reminding me that I don't have to choose one over the other. It allows me to embrace who I am, every aspect of my identity, creating the mosaic of my life. I can vividly recall the first time that we hosted a Diwali celebration that I invited my friends to. And I remember feeling a little embarrassed to invite them, worried that they wouldn't understand or feel the same amount of joy around this holiday that I do. But after decking out the living room with colorful lights, making samosas, and attempting to light sparklers in our front yard, I watched my friends get excited about the festival, asking questions, laughing, and trying Indian sweets. And it was honestly one of the most fulfilling experiences of my life. It felt like I was sharing a piece of my heart with them, bridging the gap between my Indian heritage and my American upbringing. And what resonates with me the most about Diwali is its powerful message of light overcoming darkness because of how universal that concept is. We see it reflected in so many other holidays and stories around the world, like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Navaratri, and Christmas. And the stories that we share around this holiday, whether it's about Lord Rama's journey or the victory of good over evil, remind us that there's always hope, even in tough times. And they teach us that it's okay to struggle, it's okay to ask for help, because light can come from unexpected places, and that love of family and friends can guide us through darkness. And as I stand here today, I feel a deep sense of gratitude for my community, for my family in India, for Cedar Lane, for my friends, for my parents, who accept every part of me. They help me see that I don't have to hide or feel guilty for any part of my identity, and instead I can freely celebrate the uniqueness of my journey, knowing that it's okay to blend cultures, languages, and experiences, because that's what makes us who we are. So as we all celebrate Diwali together this year, I invite you all to reflect with me on what light means in your lives. Who are the people that illuminate your homes and your hearts? Who celebrates you for 100% of your authenticity? This is such a beautiful day because we get to celebrate the connections we build, the diversity we share, and the strength we find in our differences. So thank you for being a part of my journey and for allowing me to share a piece of my heart with you. Happy Diwali.
Thank you, Neha, for that beautiful story. Now we'll witness a skit on the story of Krishna and Naraka, symbolizing the victory of hope over despair and liberation over oppression. Please welcome Kamakshi Shankar Boyle and the cast, Kiran and Kailas, Lily and Maxine, and McKenna for this wonderful performance.
Once, long ago, there was a ruler named Naraka, the son of Mother Earth. Although born with divine strength, his ambition grew out of control, leading him to seize power over the kingdom of Earth. But ruling the world was not enough for Naraka. His heart craved more. He turned his eyes towards the heavens.
Why stop the earth when I can rule the heavens as well? Soon I shall have it at all.
Even Indra, the mighty king of the god, found himself unable to stop Naraka. The heavens fell under Naraka's rule, and in his pride, Naraka imprisoned over 1,000 people, including Indra's own mother, Aditi. He stole her magical earrings, which blessed the world with abundance. Indra felt despair. The heavens were lost, his mother was imprisoned, and all hope seemed to be lost. There was only one person that could help: Krishna, the god of love and joy. Indra and the other gods rushed to Krishna, pleading for aid. Krishna heard that Aditi, who was like a mother to him, had been captured. Filled with compassion, righteousness, and determination,
Naraka's rule has brought suffering, but love is stronger than ambition. I will free Aditi and restore peace to the heavens.
but Krishna would not face this challenge alone.
Naraka's rule has brought suffering, but love is stronger than ambition. I will free Aditi and restore peace to heaven and earth.
But Krishna would not face this challenge alone. His wife and fierce and courageous Sabati insist on joining him.
I will not stand
While Naraka enslaves others, I will fight by your side, Krishna. Together we will bring liberation.
And so, Krishna and Sabati prepared for battle ahead. With his shining armor, powerful weapons, and riding on a giant eagle, Gurda, Krishna soared towards Naraka's fortress, Sabati at his side. Let them.
Let them bless, come up. My fort is protecting my magic and strength. No one can defeat me.
But Krishna's wisdom and powerful were unmatched. He shattered the magical mountain, protecting Naraka's fortress with a single arrow. They encountered fire-breathing creatures and armies of warriors. But nothing could stop Krishna and Sabati as they made their war to confront Naraka.
Naraka, your rule of oppression ends. Face me in battle.
A fierce battle broke out between them. Naraka unleashed a storm of magical weapons, and Krishna encountered with his own. But the battle of the heart. Naraka managed to strike Krishna, knocking him to the ground.
Krishna, you will not win this battle, Naraka.
Sabati, fueled by her determination and sense of justice, took her bow and arrow. She fought fiercely, wounding Naraka and holding her ground. As she battled, Krishna regained consciousness.
Thank you, Satyabhama. Now together, let's finish this.
United, Krishna and Sabati overcame Naraka's ambition, and he realized the consequence of his action. Naraka was humbled.
See now, that as my first of power has caused great harm, I ask for your forgiveness.
Krishna, ever compassionate, accepted Naraka's apology. Aditi and all those imprisoned were freed, and the heaven and earth rejoiced in celebration.
Thank you, Krishna. You bring joy and freedom to our world once more.
This victory wasn't just about strength. It was about the power of love, justice, and liberation. It wasn't a celebration of joy over sorrow, compassion over selfishness, and unity over division. The triumph is what we celebrate today as Diwali, the Festival of Lights.
May the light within you guide you to love and justice. Let the light for all to see, bringing joy, compassion, and liberation in the world.
Remember that the light we carry is not just for ourselves, it is for the whole world. Let your heart shine with kindness, and may you always stand for what is right.
So every year, as we light the lamp of Diwali, we are reminded of the story. We are reminded that no matter the challenge, the light of joy and justice can always triumph. It is not the strength of one, but the collective effort of many, united by love and compassion, that brings lasting liberation. Happy Diwali!
Thank you for that wonderful performance. Do we want to give them a round of applause once more? So when I grew up in Bangalore, and I spent a lot of my time there before moving to the US. So a lot of my celebrations of Diwali were in India with my grandparents and my extended family and all sorts of family that I didn't know if I was related to them or not. And you would get gifts from all of them, and you would bring gifts. And I wasn't much of a fireworks person, but they were. And so you would just be hearing every neighbor that you haven't seen in months pop out and celebrate with you. And I haven't been able to celebrate Diwali in the exact same way as I moved to the US, and it's really heartwarming to see all of you here and celebrating together, and especially as I have moved away from my parents and my family, it's been very beautiful to see all of your wonderful faces here. So I'm very excited to be celebrating with you. So now let's enjoy a beautiful Bharatanatyam performance, Rajiva Nitraya Raghavya Namo, a devotional performance by the revered Saint Annamaya, celebrating the divine vision and compassion of Lord Vishnu. This performance is brought to us by Alexandra Das from the Natanjali School of Dance. Please join me in welcoming Alexandra to the stage.
सम्भवयज्ञ गोपनाय दशरथतनूजाय ताटकादमनाय कुसिकसम्भवयज्ञ गोपनाय पशुपति महाधनुर्भञ्जनाय नमो पशुपति महाधनुर्भञ्जनाय नमो विशद भार्गव रामा विजयकरणाय राजीव नेत्राय राघवाय नमो सौजन्य निलयाय जानकेशाय राजीव नेत्राय राघवाय नमो भरितधर्माय शूर्पणखाङ्गहरणाय खरदूषणाधिरिपु खण्डनाय भरितधर्माय शूर्पणखाङ्गहरणाय खरदूषणाधिरिपु खण्डनाय तरणि सम्भव सैन्य दक्षकाय नमो तरणि सम्भव सैन्य दक्षकाय नमो निरुपम महावारि निधिबन्धनाय राजीव नेत्राय राघवाय नमो सौजन्य निलयाय जानकेशाय राजीव नेत्राय राघवाय नमो हतरावणाय संयमिनाथ वरदाय अतुलितायोध्य पुराधिसाय हतरावणाय संयमिनाथ वरदाय अतुलितायोध्य पुराधिसाय हितकर श्री वेङ्कटेश्वराय नमो हितकर श्री वेङ्कटेश्वराय नमो वितवा विलेपाटि वीररामाय राजीव नेत्राय राघवाय नमो सौजन्य निलयाय जानकेशाय राजीव नेत्राय राघवाय नमो सौजन्य निलयाय जानकेशाय राजीव नेत्राय राघवाय नमो नमो
Thank you, Alexandra, for that mesmerizing performance. Now we turn to the Sikh celebration of Bandi Chor Divas, a story of liberation. Please welcome Vikram Singh and Jasmine Kaur from Sid Kid to Kid as they share this inspiring story with us.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. For the people that may not know what this means, this is the traditional Sikh greeting, which all Sikhs say as a sign of respect, meaning a glory to the God. Firstly, I would like to give a big thanks to Hindus for Human Rights and Cedar Lane Unitarian Universalist congregation for giving us the opportunity to speak here today. My name is Vikram Singh.
And I'm Jasmine Kaur.
And today, we would like to talk about Bandi Chor Divas, a festival celebrated by the Sikh community. While many people out there around the world associate this time with Diwali, the festival of lights, Bandi Chor Divas holds a unique place in the hearts of Sikhs. It commemorates an important historical event rooted in Sikh values of justice, freedom, and compassion. Bandi Chor Divas, which directly translates to the Day of Liberation, centers around the 6th Sikh Guru, Guru Har Gobind Ji, who was imprisoned by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir in the early 17th century. Now, Guru Har Gobind Ji was not just any religious figure. He was a leader who believed that spirituality must also include the defense and righteousness of others. Guru Har Gobind Ji emphasized both spiritual and worldly powers. Now I'll pass it to Jasmine to talk a little bit about why he was imprisoned.
Jahangir, like many rulers of his time, was wary of any growing influence outside his own. Guru Har Gobind Ji's rising popularity and his efforts to build a strong community, both in faith and defense, caught the emperor's attention. His arrest, however, was not due to any wrongdoing. Instead, it was an attempt to limit the growth of the Sikh community. Guru Har Gobind Ji spent time in Gwalior Fort, a place where many other prisoners were also held. Here's where the story takes a significant turn. When Jahangir decided to release Guru Har Gobind Ji, the Guru made a profound request. He asked that 52 other imprisoned kings who had been unjustly detained be released with him. This act was not just about his own freedom, it was about standing up for the oppressed. The emperor agreed, but under one condition. Only those prisoners who could hold on to the Guru's cloak, also known as a chola, would be freed. In response, Guru Har Gobind Ji had a special chola made with 52 strings, ensuring that every one of the prisoners could hold on to it and be liberated. Now I'm going to pass it back to Vikram to talk about the core teachings in Sikhism this exemplifies.
This gesture reflects a core teaching of Sikhism, the selfless service of others, known as seva in the Sikh community, especially for those who are marginalized or mistreated. The Guru didn't just seek his own freedom, but he sought the freedom for all. When Guru Har Gobind Ji returned to the Golden Temple in Amritsar, it was Diwali. Sikhs illuminated the temple to celebrate his return and the liberation he brought with him. This is why, to this day, Bandi Chor Divas is celebrated with great reverence. The Golden Temple, or the Harmandir Sahib, is decorated with lights, and Sikhs from all over the world come together to reflect on the core values of justice, compassion, and liberation. Bandi Chor Divas is not just a historical memory, but a call to action. It reminds us that standing up for what is right, even when it's difficult, is at the heart of Sikh belief. The Guru's selflessness serves as an enduring lesson on the importance of helping those in need, regardless of the personal cost. Now back to Jasmine.
In the larger context of Sikh history, this event also symbolizes resilience. The Sikh community has faced numerous challenges over the centuries, from persecution to battles for justice. Yet, like Guru Har Gobind Ji, Sikhs have continued to stand tall, embracing the dual responsibility of spiritual devotion and defense of the vulnerable. The celebration of Bandi Chor Divas today is marked by prayers, kirtan, also known as spiritual hymns, and the sharing of food through langar, the community kitchen where all are welcomed, regardless of background. These acts of service echo the message of Guru Har Gobind Ji. community, equality, and selflessness. Now Vikram will conclude the presentation.
Bandi Chor Divas is not just a day of liberation for the 52 kings or the release of Guru. It's a reminder that freedom and justice are rights we must fight for, not just for ourselves, but for all those who face oppression and those who do not have a voice to express themselves. It's a day to reflect on the responsibilities we have to each other and how we can bring light into the darkest of situations. Thank you everyone for your time and attention this evening. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you, Vikram and Jasmine, for illuminating the meaning of Bandi Chor Divas. Next, we have a Shabad Kirtan, a sacred Sikh hymn performed by Mandeep Singh and Joravar Singh. Please join me in welcoming them.
Good evening, everyone. Hope I'm audible. Yep. First of all, thank you for this, I would say, heartwarming opportunity for us to be here and to be able to be part of this, a moment of togetherness, a moment of where we reflect each other's joy by sharing it. It's not happening anymore nowadays, right? The kids, Bikram and Jasmine, they did a wonderful job. Thank you. And as we celebrate this Bandi Chor, I'm gonna kind of segregate this word into two different words. Bandi means somebody who's a prisoner. Chor means liberation. There are two sides of, we're going to sing the Shabad, so I was asked to explain a little bit in a very few moments. And before I do it, I want to set up some background, right? Why we are here, why we're celebrating Diwali. There are two aspects to that celebrations. One is the physical attributes, where you see a prisoner actually being prison in a jail, and you kind of literally taking this prisoner, he or she, taking him out through some legal stuff, right? In the dharma, in the religion, the journey is not the outwards. Journey is inwards. My daughter, she did a wonderful, your expression kind of made me connected to the God. So Nritya is a kind of a expression to show God, I love you. When she was performing, did you see, we felt she's looking at everybody. No, she was looking at Lord Rama in everyone. She was searching for the liberation. She was looking for Sita Mata. So coming back to this, because majority of the Sikh religion would not talk about, every religion, they don't talk about the materialistic aspirations. They connect the materialistic aspiration as an example to connect you with the spirituality. Every religion does that. So as we talk about liberation from what? Kama, the desires, greed, the lobe, Kam, lust, Moh, the affection, Ahankar, the pride. The true liberation is through the power of the word to liberate ourselves through these 5 vices. Moment you take these 5 vices out of your life, folks, you would not see Mandeep standing here. You would see the energy of the Creator in me. We have liberated ourselves from our own definition to a true definition. The today's Shabad,
is going to be more about, you resonate that. It's a Ram, Ram, Bol, Ram, Ram, Tyago Man ke Sagal Kaam. In Guru Granth Sahib Ji, there's a Gurbani of 14 Hindu saints who started their journey into spirituality as through the Hindu rituals. Beetle, Ram Chandra Ji, Maharaj Krishna Ji, Yashoda, there's a name, there's a significance in the Guru Granth Sahib, but ultimately to the Creator. Bhagat Farid Ji started with, we have Muslim brothers here. And where Bhagat Farid Ji started with Allah, Uzu, Namaz, Azan, ultimately be one with the one Creator. So today the Shabad will signifies, our true Diwali is if we see the lamp as the name of the God, if we see the wick as the name of the God, the oil that we poured as the name of the God, so that the light of the Creator should come through our values, which is again a nama. So one request I'll do that since the Bani is precious, we don't clap. If you want to show your gratitude, then just reflect on the meaning. Try to see if you can take 1 cent of that meaning to your life and make this word more better, make it shine. That's what Diwali does, right? My daughter Neha, she did that. So she explained about it, how she feels connected. So we're going to try to do a little more connection with the spirituality. The Shabad is Ram, Ram, Bol, Ram, Ram. Let's all chant the name of that Creator, which has many names. But one message. Be with me, be one, see one, act like one, no divisiveness, but oneness. That's why we are all here. So I want to seek everybody's permission before we can start. Thank you. Also, I'm sorry, I cannot forget that we are so lucky. You see on the brochure there was the name of person Mandeep, which is me, and Tabla and Joravar Singh. I personally requested, we are very honored folks. I would say in this time we can clap for him. We have the priest from one of the highest temple in India to perform here. He's a well-trained singer. I'll say if you can stand, I'll introduce by Ranjit Singh Ji. Maybe have a little clap so that we can welcome him. He's a well-trained singer, so I don't want to speak more. Enjoy him. As I said, once after the Shabbat, please, if you can, just join your hand. Whoever you believe in, just chant that name in your head and thank God that we're here. Thank you, Ji.
Why? Hello. Why? Sri Vahe Guru, Sri Vahe Guru. Vahe Guru, Vahe Guru, Ram Ram Bol, Ram Ram, राम राम बोल राम 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 बोल राम राम बोल राम त्यागो मन के सगल काम त्यागो मन के सगल काम राम राम बोल राम 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 बोल राम जिस बोलत मुख पवित्र होए जिस सिमरत निर्मल है सोए जिस आराधे जम किछ ना कहे जिसकी सेवा सब किछ लहे जिसके तारे करण आकाश खट खट जिसका है पर्दा जिस सिमरत पतित पुनीत होए अंत काल फिर ना रोए त्यागो मन के सगल काम त्यागो मन के सगल काम राम राम बोल राम 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 बोल राम त्यागो मन के सगल काम त्यागो मन के सगल काम राम राम बोल राम राम बोल राम सगल धर्म में उत्तम धर्म कर्म कर तूत के ऊपर कर्म सगल धर्म में उत्तम धर्म कर्म कर तूत के ऊपर कर्म जिसको चाहे सुर नर देव संत सभा की लागों से आद पुरख जिसकी आदान जिसको मिले हर निदान जिसकी गत मित कहीं न जाए नानक जन हर हर ते आए त्यागो मन के सगल काम त्यागो मन के सगल काम राम राम बोल राम 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 बोल राम त्यागो मन के सगल काम त्यागो मन के सगल काम राम राम बोल ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ
So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki means Vaheguru. The true belongs to the Guru. The pure belongs to the Guru. It's very difficult to become true. It's very difficult to become pure. And you need Guru to become true, and you need Guru to become pure. That's why. Thank you for us. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for my sister Aman Shergill, who keep on inviting us to these noble events. And I'm very glad to see you all here. You guys are looking awesome. All like, really like a Diwali feeling, as Neha said, right? So thank you for us having us here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mandeep and Jorver, for that beautiful kirtan. Now, as we approach the close of our evening, we invite you all to join us in a prayer and a diya lighting ceremony. Symbolizing the spread of light, hope, and peace, let us honor this tradition by lighting these diyas as a pledge to bring light into our own lives and into the lives of others.
Thank you, Trisha and Pooja, for being such exceptional MCs tonight. And thank you, Mandeep Singh Ji and Joravar Singh Ji and Ranjit Singh Ji, for blessing us with your presence and this just beautiful experience of really transcending and experiencing that ikonkar that you so beautifully expressed. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to light our inner diyas because the plan was that we would all join in lighting, and then we went ahead and lit them. So just imagine that you're holding your inner light and let it shine, you know. Think about that. So I invite us again in the spirit of prayer and reflection. Nameless one of many names and beyond all naming, Spirit of life and love that will not let us go or let us down or let us off the hook. On this day of Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas, may we carry forward the light, the strength, and the resolve of these sacred celebrations. Let us journey together in solidarity, united in our commitment and in our compassion in all that we do. May we rise together with courage and purpose, committed to the flourishing of all beings. And in unity, let us close with this Shanti mantra. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinamaditamasthu Ma Vidvishavahai. May we be protected together. May we be nourished together. May we work together with great energy. May our journey be luminous, and may there be no hostility or animosity between us. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So may it be.
Thank you all for joining us tonight in celebration, reflection, and community. A special thank you to all our wonderful participants who shared their stories, music, and performances, and to everyone who helped with setup and arrangements. We also want to express our gratitude to Bethesda Curry Kitchen for the delicious dinner we're about to enjoy.
Dinner will be served in the fellowship hall and sanctuary, and we welcome you to join us there. We would be grateful for a $10 love offering to help us underwrite tonight's dinner and program. And if anyone can, actually, there are no chairs to set up, so actually you're totally good. While we set up, have some fun activities, there's some rangoli powder and things like that outside. Feel free to come talk to me and Pranay about Hindus for Human Rights, and we're so thankful to have all of you guys here.
May the spirit of Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas remain with you in the days ahead, and may you carry forward the light of peace and justice. Thank you, everyone.
So while we get set up for dinner, both here and in the fellowship hall, we do have some activities, as Pooja mentioned, outside, that for children especially, and also adults. You're free to participate in that while we also use some of this space. I think we may be able to fit most people in the fellowship hall, but we're also going to set up a few tables and chairs here for dinner. There is plenty of food, and so please don't pay attention to any dieting commitments you may have made. Set that aside for today, because part of Diwali is about also excess. So let us celebrate some excess as well.